Hello everyone, and welcome to Yoshi 1 Kenobi's Forsaken Monument deck for MTG Arena Historic. In this deck, we are going to be taking the power of Forsaken Monument to Historic to see just what ridiculous things we can do when we have access to a lot more cards. Now, the last deck tech and gameplay video that I've done was about Forsaken Monument in Standard, and it worked fairly well, but there's a lot of more powerful cards in Historic that I really want to try out and see the full power of Forsaken Monument as I go through drafts to farm out the rest of my collection so that I can make videos about other cards. So let's get to it with the Forsaken Monument list. So first of all, we'll notice that Forsaken Monument taps for an additional colorless mana whenever we tap for a colorless mana. Colorless creatures get +2/+2, and whenever we cast a colorless spell, we gain 2 life. This effect will work for all our lands. And now we have better lands than standard because we have Zhalfirin Void, which allows us to scry while giving us all the colors we need. Radiant Fountain gains us 2 life in order to survive against these aggressive strategies. Then we have Labyrinth of Skophos, Karn's Bastion, Crawling Barrens, and All-Star in the deck. We also have Blast Zone that's available, Arch of Orazca for card draw late game, Buried Ruins if we want to get artifacts back. So all these good things are lands with all very nice abilities. But the main reason why this deck is stronger in Historic, well, apart from having lots of better cards, is because we have access to Guardian Idol and Mind Stone. So there are 2 mana ramp spells, and since they produce colorless mana, means that they will produce double mana for Forsaken Monument, and it allows us to play the Monument at least 1 if not 2 turns earlier. Then we have access to Ratchet Bomb, which is a colorless removal spell of pretty good quality. We also have Treasure Map, which is going to allow us to ramp and fix our draws. Now, I only play 3 copies of Forsaken Monuments in the main deck because we have 4 virtual ones. So we're playing Karn, the Great Creator, which has the ability to fetch an artifact from our sideboard and put it into our hand. So we're putting a 4th copy of Forsaken Monument in our sideboard. Playing 3 copies of Myriad Construct as our earlier defense against more aggressive decks. Although we really need either Ratchet Bomb or Myriad Construct and Mana Stone in order to survive aggressive decks. But if we do, then not only do we have access to 4 copies of Ugin, the Spirit Dragon that auto-wins games, but we have access to Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, which is our turn 5 play. If we get a Mana Rock, a Forsaken Monument, we can just start dropping Ulamogs from our hand, from the top of our deck, into the battlefield, exile 2 cards that our opponent has, and have this 12/12 indestructible. Yeah, I know, the +2/+2 is not that impressive when you're already a 10/10 indestructible. And the fact that it can come down on turn 5 or 6 is quite devastating for the opponents. In terms of our wish board, since we'll be playing best of 1, we'll have access to Stone Coil Serpent, Meteor Golem, Immortal Sun, if we don't really want to win with our Ugins or our Karns. God Pharaoh Statue, which we can also play for a discount so that our opponent pays more. So we play a tax card at a discount. What's not to like? And a bunch of other cards which I'll let you read. But really it's just a standard wish board of artifacts. Some removal, some draw spells, the best of the colorlessness available. And so overall, this deck allows us to really focus on the power of Forsaken Monument because we have access to 7 virtual copies with the 3 real ones and the 4 Karns in the main board. We also have access to 8 copies of a ramp spell and 8 copies of huge payoffs for doubling our colorless mana. Not to mention the increased quality in our lands. So let's see what we can do in action with Forsaken Monument in MTG Arena Historic. We are playing Forsaken Monument on MTG Arena Historic against ROD Rocks Rodroax. We have Ratchet Bomb, the Mind Stone, Forsaken Monument. It's a fantastic hand. Also even have a Blast Zone if we so wish to. To blast stuff, that is. So we're one land short of a turn 4 Forsaken Monument. Opponent is playing Rakdos, probably? Rakdos it is. Let's go Arch of Orazca. Let's not reveal the Blast Zone, especially since we're going to play Ratchet Bomb likely next turn. Opponent did not have the Thoughtseize. Let's go with the Bastion, Ratchet Bomb. Not that I really care about the Stitcher Supplier, but I really want to hit it on turn 2. I want to hit the 2 drops with it. Bone Crusher Giant's a little odd for a Rakdos Arcanist. Guess the opponent's just going to hardcast the Bone Crusher Giant. Definitely fine with that. Put a counter on Ratchet Bomb. Let's cry. Crawling Barrens. Crawling Barrens can be pretty good. We already have 2 lands. I think we have enough lands. Let's go for the Mind Stone. And pass the turn back. So I'll take 5 this turn. Potentially another 5 next turn. As we set up for our Ulamog turns. Down to 11. One cast a second copy of Stitcher Supplier. You get a mill 3, including a Legion War Boss. It's an interesting one. I'm really not sure what you're playing, opponent. Seems like just a pure Rakdos aggro. Let's take up the Ratchet Bomb. Okay, it's Ulamog season. Forsaken Monument. Am I dead? That's the question. Phyrexian Tower. Guess Embercleave kills us. Short of Embercleave, we're good. We are at 5. Opponent's reading Forsaken Monument. As they should. It's also going to double up the mana off of the Mind Stone, ensuring that we have Ulamog mana. Let's take up a Ratchet Bomb. Ugin. No, I'd rather Ulamog here. Yeah, we're gonna Ulamog. We're gonna target the red sources. Gonna gain 2 life. Because when your opponent doesn't have a board state, why not go after the lands? Lands are exiled. And we have a 12/12 indestructible as we pass the turn back. Ready to blow up that Bone Crusher Giant. Opponent attacks. We'll blow up the Bone Crusher Giant. And I don't think we want to give our opponents Stitcher Supplier triggers. I think that's fine. Now it's just about making sure the opponent is completely locked out of the game. Opponent gets 2 mana off of the Phyrexian Tower. Nothing much. Ravenous Chupacabra is going to be very disappointed. And it's our turn. Let's scry. Ratchet Bomb, doesn't matter. Our hand is super stocked. Speaking of which, let's mill you for 20. Oh, so you're playing zombies. Alright. Take 12. And now we just wrap up the game by casting an Ulamog, exiling black sources, gaining 2 life, and summoning another indestructible 12/12. And the ceaseless hunger never ceases, as the name is right, and we crush our Ragdos zombie opponent by exiling all their lands, and putting 12/12 gain 2 life creatures on the battlefield. We are playing Forsaken Monument on MTG Arena Historic against Sir YOLO Swag. So probably a red deck wins opponent based on that name. We have a Ratchet Bomb for defense, a Karn to fetch our Forsaken Monument, and Ugin the Spirit Dragon as a board wipe, and we go first. We couldn't ask for much of a better hand. Which we lands, of course. The only thing which I'd like is a mana rock. Maybe we can dig for the mana rock with Zhalfirin's Void. Opponent's on the mulligan is 6. And opponent will keep a 6er. We do not need a second Karn, so we will send that to the bottom and pass the turn. Our opponent should know what's up. The opponent's playing Soul Sisters, or that enchantment stacking deck. Let's go Ratchet Bomb. It's pretty good. Are you a Core Spirit Dancer deck? Oh no, it's a lifelink deck. Alright. Take up the Ratchet Bomb. That's really just a big rat, so we get to ratchet it, right? Alright, well let's go with Karn's Bastion for no reason. Treasure map. And end the turn. Protection from any color. That's not gonna help you. I'll take 4. You're gonna have to commit something else to the board if you want me to blow up my Ratchet Bomb. Not really what we want. Let's take up the Ratchet Bomb. Second Ratchet Bomb. That's nice. Let's go for Karn. And we shall fetch. And we will fetch our Forsaken Monument. And we'll pass the turn back. Now the downside is we'll blow up our treasure map with the Ratchet Bomb. But that's okay. Alright. Blow up the treasure map. We can fetch a new one with Karn if we want to. That's okay as well. Opponent taps out to get rid of Karn. Which means we get a clean Forsaken Monument. Pass the turn back. Your last turn to do stuff, opponent. Ooh, opponent's gonna get Ugin pretty bad. We're gonna take a beating before that. We'll take 8. But our opponent is going to get Ugin bad. Don't think it really matters how I thought. We gain 2 life. Another positive side effect from the Forsaken Monument. And that's when our opponent resigns. We will -2, exiling all your stuff. Double mana equals double success. And then we also get a Ratchet Bomb. Opponent gives the good game, and so will we. And that's how it's done with Forsaken Monument in Historic. We are playing Forsaken Monument on MTG Arena Historic against J2 Loss. That seems good. You have a Guardian Idol into a Forsaken Monument, a pair of Ratchet Bombs for safekeeping. Let's open up with the Labyrinth. When it opens up with an island. Not what we wanted to see. Let's Zhalfirin Void. Yeah, treasure map is good. We're probably playing against mono blue. We are playing against mono blue. Radiant Fountain, Ratchet Bomb. Don't think you can counter this effectively. You can Spell Pierce, but we have the 2 mana open. So Ratchet Bomb will resolve. But a little too late, because the opponent's going to have drawn 2 cards with the Curious Obsession. We take 2. Opponent draws. Opponent Brazen borrows the Ratchet Bomb. But charge counter. Tick tock, opponent. I really want a Forsaken Monument here, but I don't think I can afford it. It would just be wiser to treasure map and Ratchet Bomb. Opponent has multiple ways to counter the Ratchet Bomb, but that's okay. You will end the turn. What are you flashing in? Brazen Borer. Just like that. Go to combat. Get blown up. Bye bye, Spectral Sailor. We take 3. Then we'll pick up the Ratchet Bomb and scry with the map. Myriad Construct. I like that. Oh, that's fine. A4/4. You have an Essence Capture, or an actual hard counter. And the opponent's at 3, so they're into hard counters land. Lofty Denial. Hard enough. I'll take 3 off of the Beating Fairy. Take up the map. Take up the map. Arch of Orazca, I like. Let's play the Arch. Let's go ahead and try our Forsaken Monument. How badly do we want this to resolve? Yeah, unless we pay 4. So we can get the Forsaken Monument to resolve. Let's start by activating the treasure map. Yeah, we want this to resolve. Although the opponent probably still has counter magic left. Let's pay it anyways. Let's resolve our Forsaken Monument. And pass the turn back. With Ugin on the top of our deck. Yeah, let's take up the Ratchet Bomb. We don't really want to blow up our Guardian Idol anyways. Let's take you out. Bye bye, Brazen Borrower. 2, 4, 6, 8. For Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, gain 2 life. Hard countered. Well, let's pass the turn then. And our opponent resigns. The double mana with the Arch of Orazca and all the land abilities that we have in play is going to make it very difficult for our opponent to come out of this. So even though you have counter spells, the fact that we've gotten our Forsaken Monument through allowed us to win. We are playing Forsaken Monument on MTG Arena Historic against a stale cookie, which should be fairly easy to defeat as long as we don't try to eat it and get an indigestion. That would not be good. Let's keep this. It's a little odd, a little weak, but it has lots of treasures. And a Zhalfirin Void. 1 construct is good enough. Opponent is playing Gruul, and Gruul says smash. Fortunately, all the stuff we play is colorless, which means their opponent will be able to cast it. Well, maybe not Ulamog, because that's fairly expensive to cast, even for a Gruul smashing deck. Let's get our Guardian Idol. Myriad Construct will be our last hope. Well, our first hope, I guess. Double robbers. What do you get? Labyrinth and another land. And we get a Myriad Construct. 4/4 defense. Opponent does not have the double red for Embercleave, which means we are safe from shenanigans. Of course, our opponent could just ping it with anything. Then we get 4 1/1s, which would still be fine for defense. So the opponent's a slight bind here. I say as we're at 10 life and hanging to life from a thread. That's okay, it's what we do when our first creature is like a 4-drop. Ugin. Forsaken Monument. Let's block a robber. Mostly because if we block, even though we have a nice Ratchet Bomb on the triple Robber of the Riches, we won't. Actually, we don't even have time to tick it up to 1. Ooze comes in. Blast Zone is nice. So we'll play the Blast Zone. And we pass the turn, I guess. No, we're not attacking. Do we want a Ratchet Bomb? So we want to take up the Blast Zone and activate the Guardian Idol, but we can't do that. Actually, we're just dead. I think we're just dead. Land. Land. Activate the Guardian Idol. Then we move the blocks. And then we die. We can put a charge counter on the Blast Zone. Yes! Mission accomplished. Oh, we got close. If I had played the Ratchet Bombs instead of the Construct, maybe we would have gotten there. Or instead of the Idol. But Gruul is too fast. We're playing Forsaken Monument on MTG Arena Historic against a guy, Black Wizard. Ah, sure, why not? What could go wrong? We really need one of those mana rocks. Otherwise the deck feels a little slow. Zhalfirin Void, yeah, no, no. We'll get a scry off of the treasure map. Opponent plays a Spike Field Cave. Mono red? Something smells fishy here. Big red? Probably a big red deck. Let's scry. Yeah, let's ensure we have our 5 lands for Forsaken Monument. Crawling Baron. Let's go Myriad Construct. It's gonna give us a blocker, and if our opponent targets it, then Forsaken Monument will be a blowout. Opponent's thinking about countering it with 2 red mana. The opponent has some level of response. That's one that deals 1 damage to anything. Pretty good. Oh, is it? Blood Sun. All land lose all abilities except mana abilities. That's not nice. Oh well. We're still gonna Forsaken Monument. and hit you for 6 with our Myriad Construct. I'm really not sure what the Blood Sun's about. It hurts our lands pretty bad. Ah, it's a Lotus Field deck, which means that it's a combo deck. Alright, well, let's go Radiant Fountain. Oh yeah, no ability. Let's play Karn for 2. Gain 2 life.
I will defend my allies.
You could turn Forsaken Monument into a 7/7, but we'd still be short of lethal. So let's see if we have something that'd be good against combo.
I will not lose another friend.
Get the feeling Tormod's script would be pretty good. Future cards, but you can cast spells from graveyard or libraries. Yeah, Gravedigger's Cage. Let's play the cage. And let's kick a construct. Nothing like a good old 10/10 for 4. Okay, we did pay 7 for it. Still pretty good. Also, you can plus on the Myriad Construct to give it +4/+4. Opponent is filling their graveyard with stuff. But doubling our triggers, creating 12 3/3 constructs. Probably just because they can, and they want to tell us that it doesn't matter. Either because they're gonna lose, or we are. I'm not sure which one. Red, blue. Have plenty of power. Let's see what you have.
Offensive.
Sorcerer's Spyglass. What do you have? Mostly out of curiosity. One is trying to fill in their graveyard with a shock. Brazen borrowing our Forsaken Monument. Yet we still have enough mana to cast it again. Or casts the Brazen Borrower. Opponent's doing a lot of do-nothing type of effects. Curiosity, Lightning Strike, and Steam Vent. Really doesn't matter. Let's call it Curator's Ward. Whatever that is. And let's end this game. Karn goes down. And our opponent goes down. That's what happens when you have 12 3/3s attacking your opponent in the face. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the Yoshi icon at the right of your screen. It doesn't cost you any mana, and it greatly helps to support this channel and keep the awesome videos coming.